We at war.
I have a drink today. The good that we give out is the good that we will get back in.
What is it about the Negro? I mean, every other group that came as an immigrant somehow, not easily, but somehow got around it. Is it just the fact that Negroes are black?
White America must see that no other ethnic group has been a slave on American soil. That is one thing that other immigrant groups haven't had to face. The other thing is that the color became a stigma. American society made the Negro's color a stigma. America freed the slaves in 1863 through the Emancipation Proclamation of Abraham Lincoln, but gave the slaves no land or nothing in reality, and as a matter of fact, to get started on. At the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that there was a willingness to give the white peasants from Europe an economic base. And yet it refused to give its black peasants from Africa, who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free for 244 years, any kind of economic base. And so emancipation for the Negro was really freedom to hunger. It was freedom to the winds and rains of heaven. It was freedom without food to eat or land to cultivate, and therefore it was freedom and famine at the same time. And when white Americans tell the Negro to lift himself by his own bootstraps, they don't look over the legacy of slavery and segregation. I believe we ought to do all we can and seek to lift ourselves by our own bootstraps. But it's a cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And many Negroes, by the thousands and millions, have been left bootless as a result of all of these years of oppression and as a result of a society that deliberately made his color a stigma and something worthless. And
I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equally. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of farmer slaves and the sons of farmer slaves owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sultry with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transferred into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin but the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream today. I have a dream today that one day down in Alabama with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the south with. We will be able to pull out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. We will be able to transform the discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together. Fight for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with a new meaning. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let's read.
If I wake up in World War II.
The compassion that we give out is the compassion that we will get back in. So there's so many people
depend on the United States of America. As adults, one of our traits that we have to learn how to master is having empathy when we cannot relate. And I want to leave with you today that we have to learn as adults to show empathy when we don't understand. If we expect for empathy when people can't understand, if we expect compassion when people can't understand, we have to learn how to give sympathy, empathy, and compassion when we don't understand.
She always said to me, you must never feel that you are less than anybody else. You must always feel that you are somebody, and you must feel that you are as good as anybody else.
In memory of Dr. Martin Luther King